10th, little typo there, through Sunday, November 16th. So taking a look at the upcoming weather pattern for central North Carolina, last night's polar cold front is going to bring much colder air for the beginning of the week, and a freeze warning is in effect tonight for the entire forecast area. I also have to mention we cannot rule out potential for some snow tonight. That would be between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. overnight. I put that it would be conversational snow. We are not expecting that temperatures will be cold enough for any of the snowfall to stick outside of any elevated surfaces. And the fact that it's going to happen between 10 and 6 means that many people will likely be asleep and may not even end up seeing it. Temperatures will moderate through the rest of the week. Gusty wind and low relative humidity could bring some fire weather concerns Tuesday and Wednesday. But then things will end up warming up and we will have more moist air move in for the rest of the week. The next widespread chance for rain will be next Sunday and Monday. I wanted to show an image as to what we are forecasting for tonight's low temperatures. Again, the coldest sample value that you can see here is 22 degrees down in Albemarle, all that kind of mid bluish color. The lighter blue color is going to be 25 to 30. And then you can end up seeing in some of our eastern counties into the low 30s. This was an image that was previously shown in one of our webinars, again, from our partners at the North Carolina State Climate Office. And I just thought it was appropriate to end up showing this today, considering those freezing temperatures are likely to occur on November 11th. And as you can end up seeing when it comes to the average first freeze dates, that's pretty much right on par for our 3 climate sites. Will we end up having a hard freeze? Some locations will drop to 28 or lower. So this may be slightly ahead of normal at some locations, but again, we are not expecting all locations to drop below 28 degrees. Accumulated precipitation through the next 5 days, you can see a very small portion of central North Carolina having some of that light green from 7 a.m. today through 7 a.m. tomorrow, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we are expecting to have dry conditions overall. I did not end up bothering to show the excessive rainfall outlook or the thunderstorm outlook since we are not expecting any threat from either of those. I also wanted to show that there's still no tropical cyclone activity expected during the next 7 days. The season does officially end November 30th. This graphic, there hasn't been anything in the last 7 days. That's why there's an old timestamp on that graphic. But there's still no tropical cyclone activity expected during the next 7 days. Just briefly showing the drought update, which again we showed on Thursday, as this is updated each Thursday, but just did want to show that the drought status has improved slightly across portions of the area, especially across the east. Taking a look at the 8 to 14 day temperature and precipitation outlook, above normal temperatures are favored across the area and near normal precipitation is expected for that period, November 17th through the 23rd. Taking a look at the bottom of the screen, you can see that normal highs are ranging from the upper 50s to the mid 60s, and average lows are in the upper 30s and the low 40s. Taking a look at our experimental graphical hazardous weather outlook, you can end up seeing the purple for the extreme risk for freezing conditions. Again, that's tonight into Tuesday. The orange probably doesn't matter as much for Tuesday and Thursday, seeing as we are likely to have the growing season come to an end in all locations tonight. Again, a little bit of wind tomorrow. Again, that fire weather danger that I talked about, and also the extreme cold. So the weather summary is that last night's polar cold front will bring much colder air for the beginning of the week, with a freeze warning in effect tonight for all locations in our forecast area. We cannot rule out the potential for some snow, primarily overnight. However, the ground should be too warm for any accumulation to occur outside of elevated surfaces. Temperatures will moderate through the rest of the week, with the next widespread chance for rain next Sunday and Monday. Again, those primary hazards and impacts, the freeze warning for the entire area tonight, and the fire weather potential on Tuesday and Wednesday.